Hello there, this is Donna Reiners. New day with Donna Mae. Listen, I posted something recently about how grace is forgiving. And then I posted, unfortunately, sometimes people of grace are not forgiving. And it's been so interesting, some of the feedback I've gotten, because it's interesting to me that folks are camping in on the fact that they don't feel forgiven. That they don't feel forgiven. That they don't feel forgiven. So that's the whole, that's their concentration. I've not been forgiven. Hey, I didn't post that because I don't feel forgiven. I didn't post that because I don't feel loved. I post that because I felt like that's something the Lord gave me. But some of the feedback I've gotten has been about people basically pointing the finger at other people that they don't feel have forgiven them. So, in other words, I have people giving me feedback, yeah, that was spot on, because such and which isn't loving me unconditionally. Listen, if your focus is on you being loved unconditionally, if it's all about you being loved unconditionally, then guess what? You aren't loving unconditionally. If you're making it all about you and how you don't feel loved and you don't feel like you're being loved properly and you don't feel like things are going right the way they should be, the way someone told you they would be or whatever, then guess what? The issue is not them. The issue is you are not loving them unconditionally. Isn't that the kicker? You want to blame it on them for not loving you unconditionally. But yet, you're the problem because you have a demand on them to treat you a certain way, to love you a certain way, to make you feel a certain way. And listen, nobody can make you happy. Nobody. If you're not happy with you, you're just not going to be happy. I don't care who you're with. You are not going to be happy. So you cannot shift your blame to somebody else for your unhappiness. This person's not loving me, that person not loving me. And listen, I know that some people have spousal relationships and they think their spouse doesn't love them right. And you know what? I wonder what spouse completely 1,000% gets it right every single time. I don't know. There might be one. If there is, awesome. But normally speaking, that's not the case. So I just want to bless you today with a little bit of truth. If you're upset because you don't feel loved and you're upset because you don't feel like you're unconditionally loved in whatever relationships you're in, even if it's a spousal relationship, then I just want to strongly urge you to go look in the mirror because the issue is not them. The issue is with yourself. Because that person cannot make you happy. That wife cannot make you happy. That husband cannot make you happy. That friendship cannot make you happy because nobody can make you happy. If you are unhappy with you, I'm telling you, it does not matter how much money you have. It does not matter how healthy you are. It doesn't matter what places you go to. It doesn't matter how much somebody loves you. You're still going to be unhappy. You're going to be complaining. You're going to be whining. You're going to be griping. You're going to be pointing out what's wrong with them. You're going to be accusing them of not getting it right. You're going to be accusing them of not saying this right or not recognizing this or forgetting that, when all the while you could be loving them. Why don't you take the time to love them instead of you expecting you to be loved? If you'd stop focusing on your need for that other person to love you, you might find the love of God for you. You might stop shifting blame for somebody else being responsible for your unhappiness. And guess what? That means they're not responsible for your happiness either. Come on, guys. Listen, nobody can make you happy. Nobody. If you ain't happy with you, I don't care how much somebody loves you, you're going to still gripe and complain and moan and woe be to you and woe be to them because you feel like they're not meeting your expectations, or you feel like they're not saying the right thing, or God forbid they forget your anniversary or they forget your birthday. Not that we want that to happen. Come on. However, if somebody forgetting something causes you to be unhappy, then what kind of hold is that on you that someone else has that kind of power? It's not because they're doing anything. I'm sorry, listen to my heart. I love people. Oh my gosh, I love people. But I know what it's like to expect someone else to be the person to make me happy. And you know what? When you place that demand on someone else to be the one to make you happy, you know what's going to happen? You're never going to feel happy, and you're never going to feel loved, because you'll always be wanting somebody else to love you, and you'll always be wanting someone else to be there for you, and you'll always be wanting someone else to meet all your needs, because you don't feel like they're doing a good job or what have you. You end up feeling depleted, or you feel abandoned, or you feel left alone, when nobody can make you happy but you. Nobody. Nobody's responsible for loving you but you, because people are going to make mistakes. People are going to do the wrong thing. And if you put all your heart in someone else meeting your needs of happiness, you won't make it. You'll always be sad, you'll always feel empty, and you'll never feel loved. Listen, I encourage you today to remember, it can be a new day for you. God really is a real person, and He really does love you unconditionally, and He really does want you to love you unconditionally with all your all your problems, all your issues. Nobody's perfect, including you. But the one who's perfect lives inside of you and finds you worthy of love and worthy of loving. Start there. Start there. Start there. And if you find yourself really mad at your spouse or mad at your friend because they're not loving you the way you think they should, then more than likely you are the problem, not them. I bless you today with a little spiritual truth that if you'll stop shifting blame to someone else for how they treat you, if you're expecting how they treat you to make you feel a certain way, whether good or bad, then it's really truly about the issues you have, not the issues they have. I bless you today in Jesus' name. New Day with Donna Mae. Share with a friend, please.